friends, Heidi here from Rain Country Homestead, and I have yet to decide for sure what I'm going to title these chats, but I'm going to start my own series of chats, and I want to call them crafting chats because I can, double duty. I can get some crafts done, projects done, like my sewing and my crocheting while I'm having my chats. So I'm going to stick with that for now. But I don't want to mislead anybody and have them think the crafting chats are about teaching people how to craft. I will have separate videos about that, as you know, with my sewing videos, and I'll have crocheting videos coming out eventually as well. So anyway, while I'm working on some projects, because I have several going on right now, I have skirts to make and aprons to make, and as you can see, some hand crocheted items to make. And so I figured the best time for me to have my little chats that I've been wanting to have for a long time is while I'm getting projects done. I love to double duty. So anyway, there's just a few different things going on. So I haven't looked recently, but I'm pretty sure if I haven't done it yet, I was only 2 people away from reaching my 500 subscriber mark. And I've also passed the 10,000 views mark. So I wasn't sure which one of those to go off of, but it looks like they'll both work. So I wanted to have a giveaway, and here's how that's going to work. I'm going to be giving away a bar of my garden herb soap. So it's all organic herbs grown in my own garden, and the soap is all made from scratch. It's not a melt and pour, it's completely from scratch, and it's vegan and kosher. So using lye, filtered rainwater, and organic coconut oil. And then of course all the organic herbs from my garden. Well, not all the herbs, but a really good amount of skin beneficial herbs. And I'll have a list to that somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in the link, put it in the description box, because I won't remember off the top of my head because there's quite a few. And here's what you need to do. Oh, and I'll also be giving away 2 tubes of the homemade lip balm, and I'm gonna pick 2 winners for this. Well, I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna do the randomized YouTube comment randomizer, or whatever that's called. And so what you need to do to enter into this drawing is to go find my soap making video and my lip balm making video, and then comment in there with the word, all one word, Heidi Mighty Mo, because that is basically the brand name of my product line, Heidi Mighty Mo. It's all one word, and maybe some of you who grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s might, well, 70s in particular, might remember there was a line of these little trucks similar to like the Tonka trucks and cars, but they were miniature, and they were called Tiny Mighty Mo's. So I'm just explaining where this nickname came from. It was a nickname I was given by my neighborhood buddies when I was about 9, and that was Heidi Mighty Mo, after the little work trucks, little miniature work trucks. And you know what? I realize the older I've gotten how much that perfectly fits me, because I'm pretty small stature, always have been, and I like to work, I guess. So anyway, just comment with that, and I'll also put that in the description box so you can just copy and paste it, Heidi Mighty Mo. Put 1 comment per person in each of the soap making video and the lip balm making video. Sorry, I didn't really think out about how I wanted to do the drawing as far as the time frame. So what I've decided is this video will be going up Wednesday, October 5th, I believe, whatever tomorrow is, because usually I make a video, it goes up the next day or the day after that. So I'm going to give you until, let's see, so you'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to comment. And then Sunday morning, I will do the random drawing. And so let me rephrase that so you understand how that works. So you're going to go into the lip balm video, and please be sure to like and subscribe, and the soap making videos, and comment with Heidi Mighty Mo. And then on Sunday morning, you have between the time you see this video and Saturday night, and then probably very early Sunday morning, I will be doing the random drawing. Okay, and then just some things going on. I've got, as you see, I've got a lot of orders coming in for crocheted items and sewn items, and so I'm trying to get those done amongst trying to finish up with my garden. I've been harvesting, still getting in lots of ground cherries, and I really, that and the zucchini, I'm kind of to the point where it's like, I'm blessed and I'm glad that I'm getting all this stuff, but it's kind of like, is it ever going to stop? Even with this cold and wet as it's been getting around here. Well, it's always wet here, but I'm surprised these things are still producing. So if you have not ever heard of ground cherries, because they were new to me this year, I think they would probably grow fairly well in most places. Look those up. Look it up on the web and go look at my find my ground cherry video. I think it's called collecting or gathering and preparing ground cherries, and it'll give you an idea how they grow, and so it's pretty cool. So now what I have to do is find how many different things I can use them for. So far I've used them to make salsa, and I'll be perfecting that in the future, and I've used them quite a bit for ground cherry apple butter. And when I found that when I do that basically half and half, I don't measure it out, and use coconut sugar and some vanilla and just a little bit of cinnamon, it just has this really nice caramely type flavor. I personally really like it. I'm not sure if everyone would, but I love caramel, and that's what for some reason how the flavor comes across to me. And so anyway, I think I have another video that talks about that possibly. So there's a couple of them out there where I talk about the ground cherries, so you can go find those. And so there's that. Oh, and then the other day, and you might have seen this if you watched one of my other recent videos, I won the bid on eBay for a 1924 vintage ringer, and I chose that even though I would have loved to have one older. I chose that one for several reasons, and one was because the rollers, from what I could tell in the picture, looked really good for as old as it was, and it looks well made, and it was within my state, so shipping was a lot less than the other ones I was looking at. So, but if you're looking for a vintage hand ringer, look on eBay. There are so many of them. If you can find one in your local, closer to you, you'll probably save a lot more money on shipping, because this one only cost me $11 to have it shipped here. Now it's going to be here Thursday. The other places I would have ended up paying as much as $50. I'm not kidding, for a ringer of the same size. So look on there. There are lots. I could not believe how many there are. And now I've got my eye on one of those. Well, you know, some people have been buying the breathing plunger thing for doing laundry on Amazon or whatever. You know, the one that's usually it's blue. Well, that's not a new invention. That goes clear back to the early 1900s, at least, maybe farther. And they used to be made of metal. Well, I've got my eye on a couple of those, which it actually costs more than buying the brand new one. But there's the cool factor of it being antique. And I love that. I love anything that's antique. But I have to limit what I purchase, you know, the things I get antique, to things that I know I'll actually use. So it's not only a collection, it's also something that's usable. I don't want things just sitting around just to look cool. So anyway, so possibly going to be doing that too. I want to shop around a little bit more, but anyway, this is just exciting. I'm really having fun with this. What are some other vintage things? Oh, one of these days I'm going to show you. In fact, I think my fritter video that just went up, yes, that skillet that I'm using in that particular one is a skillet that's over 100 years old that I picked up for only $5 at a antique shop. $5, and I got 2 of them that day, and both of them were over 100 years old. One was I think it's a Wagner, and the other one, the one I was using, is kind of a wok shape. I don't know the name of it. I don't know the brand name. There was no brand name, but I did still manage to find that same exact skillet online and found out how old it was. And since they were together, you could tell that they came from the same place. I'm pretty positive it was late 1800s, 1889 to be exact. So pretty cool. And those 2 skillets are my 2 favorite skillets to use, cast iron skillets. So, so Danny and Wanda just put up a video at Deep South Homestead about their seasoning their new waffle iron. And I got to looking at it, I'm like, I have got to have one of those because I have not made waffles in years. So I was so thrilled to see that. And I went and looked that very waffle iron up on, actually I just looked up cast iron waffle irons on Amazon, because where I lived, we're pretty remote, so typically a lot of stuff like that I have to get. There's a lot of great stuff in our local store, but they don't have a lot of stuff like that. So the first one that popped up just happened to be the same one that they have, and I was surprised at the price. I was thrilled at the price. It was only $17. So I ordered that up, and I'm so excited because waffles, I've always loved waffles more than pancakes. Why? I don't know. There's just something about them that's just different, and I don't know, maybe it's the way they hold the syrup and the butter and whatever. But anyway, looking forward to that. So thank you, Danny and Wanda, for putting that video up, and now I'll finally be able to start making waffles again. Thrilled. And off-grid, too. I don't have to rely on electricity like the stupid electric ones. That also, here was the other issue with the electric ones. They never last. But, and let's see, there was something else I was going to mention, and I can't remember if it was about, the reason I'm standing here, I'm standing in my living room. And it took me a while, and I hope you can see me okay. I was trying to get the camera placed where you could see me good enough and possibly even see what I was doing. But what this is the back of our recliner. And we have a really tiny living room. And I try to do things standing up as much as possible. Because sitting down is actually really, for long periods of time, is very bad for your health overall and your back. And so being able to move, and I like to stand. I don't like to sit for long periods of time. I just don't like it. So I do this. I set my little workstation up. I found out the back of the recliner. It works perfect for my height when I have projects that I need to lay out like this. This is going to be a hooded scarf. I taught myself how to crochet. It's been at least 15 years from nothing more than a book that while it taught you how to do the stitches, it also taught you how to read patterns. And so if you haven't started crocheting yet, or even if you have and you don't know how to read patterns, it's really important to learn how to read patterns, because once you do that, then you're not going to always be stuck on granny squares and chain stitches and single crochets. Because then you can learn, what you eventually learn to do, like with this hooded scarf that I'm making, this is my own pattern I created. And it was simple. You learn how to figure out the math to get the size you want. Now when it comes to sweaters, I have made quite a few sweaters, and maybe I'll show, one of these days I'm planning on putting together a slideshow video of some of my creations so you can see. Now all of my sweaters I've made so far have come from patterns, but that doesn't mean I didn't alter them in my own way to suit me. And once you have a good understanding of crocheting and how to read patterns and how the math works out, it becomes easier to not only read patterns, but then to start creating your own, or at least altering the patterns to suit your needs. So I also do a lot of amigurumi, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a Japanese form of crochet that works in a spiral, and it's the best form if you're going to make stuffed creatures and people, and I've made a lot of things like that and designed my own patterns as well. And it really, I tell you, it really boosts the brain on the math skills, and it's been the most beneficial thing to me to learn my multiples. But anyway, that one, and I can include that, but I've made custom made dolls to look like specific people. Like a lot of local people have ordered dolls of their spouses or their kids dressed up in their sport stuff, like cheerleaders and football players and basketball players, and I do my best to make the dolls look just like the person. And I've also made character dolls. All right, so remember the giveaway. I'll repeat it so you don't forget. Go to the lip balm video and the how to make lip balm video, how to make soap video, and don't forget to enter into that drawing, putting the phrase, the one word, Heidi Mighty Mo, in a comment. And then Sunday morning, between now and Saturday night, and then Sunday morning, I'll be putting that, doing that randomized thing. So, and I should give a specific time. You have until midnight, Saturday night or Sunday morning, to get your comment in on one or both of those videos. And so I'll have 2 winners. I'll select one from each video. All right, so hope you enjoyed the video and my little just blabbering chat, and I plan to do more of these in the future. And so I'll probably do another one today while I go in there and work on those skirts. So you'll probably see me in the same garb. Okay, so take care, thanks for watching, and God bless.